Hi everyone, and welcome to part 3 of the watercoloring of this page in the Gnomes in the Neighborhood coloring book by Denise Klett. As you can see, I have many water stains on this picture, and I've discovered that after the page has dried, and if you then put some water drops onto some parts, it will make larger stains than when you activate it when it's still wet. So that's something that of a tip that I can share. And on the top part, you see it's quite wrinkled, and that's because I wanted to iron my page, and I succeeded on the bottom part, but here on the top it became more difficult to flatten it out. So, but since the gnome is only here to be colored, that's not quite of a problem. So after drying up, I don't have that many dark orange stains, but a few, so I think it's a nice effect. And I did put off camera a bit of orange in the water so that it looks like the water is absorbing a bit of the sunset color. So, and today I would like to start by coloring in the gnome, because I am thinking, but I'm not 100% sure yet, to outline her with some glitter gel pen or a white Signo Uniball gel pen, and surround her by a white glow. Maybe in an oil pastel white or in a Prismacolor white. I still have to think about that, but that's how I will be saving this picture. She had too much bleed through on her face to save it with a darker skin tone. So I decided to put new watercolors on top of all of her body, and I did the same with a few fishes, so that they can be highlighted and make the special effect in the picture. And I'm also still thinking how to color the other fish. Will I do them in glitter gel pen, or will I color them in with pencil? I haven't decided that yet. So I'm going to start with the gnome, and for the easiest way to do so, I've grabbed my pencil case with the Prismacolor pencils, and I'm just going to work with the Prismacolor. So for his base, for the lightest layer, I'm using light peach for his skin tone. That's 927. So here we go. The effect of the water was quite different in this book than it was in the Klara Markova book. So if you're always careful with your coloring books, which I am not really, a coloring book is a working book for me, and yeah, if it gets some damage during the way, then yeah, then I have to deal with that. So please, 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 if you are very careful about your books, before you apply a technique, any technique with water media or alcohol-based markers or whatever, test it on the back page of your book. I'm going to try and zoom in a bit so that it's a bit more visible what's going on with this little man. So he has quite some toes. Whoa. So that light, it's light peach, yes. I always like to use that for, I think this is part of his leg, this small bit. Okay. Then for some more accent, I'm going for the peach PC939, and I'm going to sharpen that point a tiny bit. And that's just for some extra shadow. You won't be getting much sun either here. I'm going to leave a bit of a lighter area here on top and not here. Underneath his beard he won't catch any sun. And on his legs I'm also leaving a bit of pale color. Yeah, still a bit of sunbathing to do. Okay. I'm afraid it's not that quite good visible on camera. At least it's not my camera of my smartphone isn't always showing the picture that you see on YouTube itself, and I don't have a henna kind of pencil, but I have in another set, so I'm going to grab that other set. I also like to add a bit of henna tone on the skin, and I have to look what color it is. 49. There I have it. It's the Brutfuner pencil, but the one that looks like a Prismacolor pencil, and it's number 49. That's a kind of henna type color. And I was thinking about adding some of that red on his nose, because if you have a nose like that, I think you will catch sun easily. I don't see any sunblock here, and if he has been fishing all day, it's possible that he has some painful arms. It's like in real life. I'm a very pale person, so I always become red, afterwards white again. So it's a possibility that he's also that kind of type. Okay, and we're going to add some of that red on his toes too. His shoes will hurt. And on other spots I will add some extra lilac or a purplish color for shadow. And on the spots where it looks like he has some sunburn, I will leave the reddish color more visible. And I think I'm going to add some here because the front of your leg is also such a weak spot that can be sunburned easily. They work really well on top of Prismacolor pencils, the Brutfuners. Now I'm going to look for some lilac color. Parma Violet, that's the color that I'm using for simulating a bit of shadow. That's number 1008. And I'm putting that over the spots that just have some shadow, and the spots that are burnt won't get an extra layer of color. And I'm going to blend everything with the light peach. So that it can blend within another. So for the water, I really think this is a challenge for me to see how I can say this page, because the paper totally reacted differently here than it did in the Klara Markova book. So my mermaid there didn't have any bleed through, so it will really be a challenge to make something up. Going to refocus again. I'm going in with my light peach to blend everything a bit more. And I'm also going to add a bit of sepia for the darkest shadows. But for now I want to get a nice opaque skin tone. Especially on his leg here. Now on the search for sepia. Yes, found it, and that's number 948. And that I will be using for the most dark parts, like here and on the side of his belly, underneath the arm a bit of a shadow. His pants. I forgot this part. Okay. I'm going to blend again a bit. And then I will go back in with that red, oops, to really draw the attention towards his nose. I'm going to burn his shoulder quite a bit. Not too heavy, because we don't want our gnome to be in a lot of pain, but okay, his toes. And the front of his leg here. And soften it a bit again. And now I'm happy with how he's looking. I'm going to zoom out a bit to see if you get more of the colors. Oh yes, if I lift that page, I'm going to put my pencil case aside. Now you get more of the effect. So he does have quite a sunburn on his nose, on his shoulder, the front of his leg and his toes. That's a nice effect, I think. So yeah, happy. I'm going to see if I can do my light otherwise, so that it stays a bit more visible. I think this is better. It's always a bit of a hit and miss with the daylight lamp. So, okay, now for his outfit, what are we going to give him? I'm thinking about green shorts. Yeah, I want to give him quite some light green shorts. And I think I'm going for that Brutfuner brand again, because I haven't swatched my Prismas out yet in my swatch book. Although I think that spring green may be a good color. I'm going to test it here. Yes, that's a good. I'm going for spring green in the Prisma colors. That's 913. Oops, I'm out of frame. So I'm going to use that for his pants. And the flowers here, or the print, I will color in with some glitter gel pen, I think. Or with another type of green, because my mermaid will be glittery already. And maybe it will be too much otherwise. I'm not quite good at looking what everything is. I'm going to do these prints and the border of his pants and the part of his head here in darker green, and the light green I will be using on this one, so that it's compatible with each other. And here we're just going to add the green. So it's no problem to color over your liquid watercolors. They take pencil quite well. Okay. Which green will I be using? With this one, I think. What do we have here? Grass green? Yeah, that's okay, grass green. So I'm going to do the border of his pants. I'm going to leave a bit white so it's a bit more playful. His pants. And I'm leaving a bit of white. I love the combo of the green with the sky. I didn't think it through beforehand, but when looking at him, I thought green is his color, and now that I'm coloring it, I'm happy with the combo with that. It's very warm. Yeah, it looks very warm. Yeah. Sometimes I see beforehand which colors that I want to use, and if it's working, even without that background, yeah, I saw that green, and if afterwards it matches good with the background, then it's very nice. The past few pictures I feel more comfortable when doing my backgrounds first. Beforehand I always did them last, but now it's more, I can decide other colors better too, apart from this one, because I really was focusing on this little man and not on the background now. Sometimes it really can help to do your background first. If you're not sure about the color palette, try to create a background already, and suddenly sometimes it can give you new ideas or inspire you extra. I'm going to add a bit more. I think I will add some sepia for extra shadow. Okay. Now I want to add a bit more of that green. That it's really noticeable that his border has another color than his shorts. And his head. I think this green will cover up that blue mark up quite well. And I think for a highlight, I'm going in with that extra green. doing some extra sepia on his head. Okay, now his beard. I want to give him some red hair. I think burnt ochre. Yes, and maybe some dark umber for extra shadow. Yeah. So burnt ochre 943 and dark umber 947. So I'm going in with the light color first. Okay, now with the dark umber, I'm going to do some extra details. To be honest, I'm not too fond of this color combo. Maybe I had better had chosen for a gray beard, but not all gnomes can be gray, of course. I'm going in with some burnt ochre again. Okay, that will have to do. Then for his glasses. For his glasses, I think I will make the glasses light. I'm going to do them black, but lightly. And the, yeah, how do you call it? The frame, I'm going to do in this green. So he really has matching glasses and a matching hat. Just going slightly in with that black, not too dark to start with, but it can be a bit harder than at first. Okay. I'm going to take my white signal. Okay. He's looking quite relaxed, I think. Going to zoom out a bit. Yeah. Not too fond of that beard and hair. So maybe I will do the outlines in a darker color. Because otherwise I don't have any contrast. Okay, this will have to do. Then for that swimming gear mattress, I think I'm going to do that in a purple type of color. And which color? Imperial Violet. Yeah, maybe. I think I will go for Imperial Violet. Yeah, I think I'll go with that. I'm going to do a light layer, and I'm going to leave the bubbles just plain in white. And as you can see, I have some bleed through here, but that can be imagined as being some splashing water. So I'm just going in with a light layer. Okay, now I will have to think about where I have to shadow a bit more underneath his leg here. And of course here too. This is a difficult object to color in with shadows, I find. From my feeling, this isn't easy. I'm sure my light sources aren't always correct. But I still try to make it look okay. Here will be some darker area too. Some extra here. And I think I will blend a bit, oops, sorry, with my white Prismacolor pencil, if I can find it. No, it seems to be disappeared. No, it's not in the neighborhood. Oops, here I go again. I hate that when it happens. I thought I had everything in my neighborhood, but my white Prismacolor pencil is gone. But what I can do... Oh, wait. It's yelling at me. Oops. I have so many stuff on my desk that everything is falling down. I have my white Prisma. So I'm just going to soften everything out a bit. And then in this bubble I have an extra part of blue, and that was not meant to be, so I'm correcting that. And all the other splashes may leave as they are. So going in again a bit with a darker purple. This isn't decent either. It's a bit too rough for my taste, so. Okay, so our gnome is done, and I'm 41 minutes in already, so I'm going to leave this picture as it is now, and in the next part we will be focusing on the underwater scenery, and I still have to decide what I will be doing with that, so a bit of thinking to do. Oh, and now that I'm seeing it, do I have a pink color? Yes, I have the blush pink, because I'm going to do that little guy here. Oops, and there goes my point of my pencil. This one has a breakage issue, I think. Okay, now it's okay. So this little guy has its color too. So I hope you enjoy this part and that you like my sunburned gnome. I wish I had used a grey beard, but okay, you can't make them all grey and old. So, although there are quite some young people with already grey hair, and there's nothing wrong with that. I like that very much. But yeah, he looks like one of the singers of ZZ Top, I think, with this color. But okay, what I can do as an extra, but I'm not good at that. I want to add some extra white gel pen to give it a rounder effect, this mattress, but I'm always insecure where to put those lines. I'm not quite sure where I have to put it. Here, there. I think I'm not going to exaggerate and don't add too much. Maybe a tiny bit here. That will have to do. So I'm going to say goodbye now, and we will see each other in part 4 where we will be concentrating on this part. Thank you for watching, and until the next time, bye bye.